Hi everyone, now let's get started with variables and memory in Python. So let's go to the Jupyter notebook and let's declare a variable that says z is equal to 43 and let's run this code. Do you see the moment I have ran this code? So in the memory we have created a value 43 and a variable z is referring to this particular memory. And now let's go and do one thing, create a one more variable x is equal to 15 and run this code. So now we have two variables in the memory, and again this x is referring to the new value 15. And let's understand this part. So in this code x is equal to 15, here x is a variable. This equal to sign, we call it in a Python terminology, is a assignment operator. This value 15 is a valid value or memory in Python. So this x is a reference to this particular value 15, which is having a memory address also. So how do we check a memory address of any value in Python? So for that, we have a id function in Python. So let's write id x. So this is the memory address of this variable x, and we can reassign this variable to the other value also. So how can we reassign a variable? It's really easy. So what we can do, so here let's say x is equal to hello. So we already had a variable in the memory. So now when we will reassign to the new value, so let me show you like what will happen. So let's run this code. So do you see what has happened? We did not create a new variable now. That variable remained there. We just change the whatever the value was there. So what happened in this code? So this thing. So this variable just change its reference from 15 to hello. And what will happen when there is a value which does not have any variable which is referring to it? So Python is having a garbage collector module. So this value or memory will be deleted automatically by Python garbage collector module, because this value does not have any variable which is referring to it. That's what happened over there. So now that value 15 has gone from the memory. Now we can, or let me go, or what we can do. So on a specific value, there might be a multiple variable which is referring to it. So let me show you how. So let's say y is equal to x. So in this case, what is happening? So let's run the code. So now this x and y is referring to the hello value. So whenever we write this kind of a code, what it does, this y does not refer to this value, sorry, variable x. But now what it is doing, it is referring to the value whatever the x was referring to. So let me show you. So over here, what happened? So a new variable y got created. So now these two variables are referring to a same value hello, and we can verify it also if you will see. Let's say the parent id of y and the memory address of these two variables, so you will find out they are the same. Because of that, because they are referring to the same memory in Python. And this is having a pretty big implication, so make sure don't skip this part. For now you will not realize it, but when we understand a mutable object, you will see it's a really big thing to understand in Python, and many people misses these things out. And then when we have now this particular part, that a variable might have many, sorry, a value might have many variables which are referring to it. And what will happen, will again reassign any one of the variable to the other value. So now do one thing, let's reassign this y equal to okay, and let's run this code. So now you see what has happened. This y has just changed its reference, whereas x is referring to the same value hello. So this is what happened. So now y has changed to a, its reference to okay, whereas x is remaining to the reference of hello value. And guys, there are few rules of writing a variable name. So now let's understand about those rules. So one of the rule is that a variable name cannot start with a number. That's pretty much easy to understand. And variables are case sensitive. So if there will be a variable with a small case letter x and there is another variable with a capital case letter x, so they will be considered as two different separate variables. And a variable must start with a letter or a underscore character. So we can write down a variable like this also. So let's write underscore var 23. So this is a valid variable in Python. So let's run this code. But now do you see, despite we have ran this code successfully, this variable is not coming in the, or I should rather say is not revealing in the memory, whereas it is part of the memory. Why? Because of a Python convention. Because as per Python convention, any variable which starts with a underscore character considered a private variable. So we should use such kind of a variable which starts with the underscore character as a private variable in Python. So those part we'll understand in much more in detail in a object oriented programming session. So for now, as long as you don't understand this part, that how to declare a private variable and where to declare a private variable, don't declare a variable which starts with a underscore character. And absolutely, we can use a underscore character in between of a variable, and we call it such kind of a variable name a snake case letters, and writing such a snake case letters is a good practice in Python. So now you see it's coming in our memory perfectly and revealing also. And a variable can contain only these alphanumeric characters and underscores, and a variable cannot be declared with these reserved keywords, so that will be resulted in an error. So let me show you some examples. So let's say that now I have this variable. So as per rule, I cannot write a variable which starts with a number. So you see immediately I got a error alert, and if I run this code, it resulted in an error. But absolutely I can use numbers in between or in the end, so that will be a valid variable. And a variable cannot be declared with these keywords. So let's declare a variable with any of these keywords. So let's say pass is equal to, let's say, news. Let's run the code. So you see immediately it has raised an error, as this is a syntax error because a variable cannot be declared with these keywords. So thanks guys for watching this video, and please provide a positive feedback in the comment section, and let me know in the comments if you want me to create a new video on any specific topic. If you have learned something new, please like the video and subscribe this channel, as there will be some new video releases every week, and this will be a huge support for me.